All right, welcome to the P2D Boxing Podcast. We got a very special guest on with us today. We got Husam Almashhadi, 6-0, 5 KOs. What's going on, bro?
What's going on, bro? I appreciate you, man. Thank you for having me.
Oh yeah, definitely, bro. I've definitely been to a few of your fights. It's definitely been, good seeing you in there working. You definitely got the talent. I'm excited to see you on your new journey with the top ranked card and all that shit. So let's get right into it, bro. Like, what got you into boxing? What made you start, you really get into this grueling ass sport? Like, what got you into it?
Shit, honestly, it started off as just, what I'm saying, just being a young kid going to the gym with my older brothers and cousins and all. They was always doing it, so it kind of just ran in the family. And then there was this one kid in the gym. He was like a year or two older than me. He had a fight and shit. He had a fight and I didn't even have no fights yet. He had like 6, 7 fights and he was a national champion. So hold on one second. Yep. So yeah, so
Yep, yep.
he was like a national champion. He had like one or two national champions, and they know, but all the kids in the gym ain't want to spar him. I was 7 years old or 6 years old. I can't really remember. I was like, I get in there with him. So just from a young kid, I always had heart. So I hopped in there with him, and I didn't really beat him up, but I didn't get touched. I was always good at not getting touched for real. So shit, off the bat from there, I knew I could actually do something with the sport. So I stuck with it, and man, little by little, I realized that this was made for me. I could really do this.
Right, right. And then, well, I guess it's a two-part question. Is that kind of where your nickname come from, like Lionheart, like from that moment? Is that where you kind of
Yeah,
got the
yeah, yeah.
nickname from?
That was the start of it for sure. But there was many other moments, like going along, along my journey where where I really earned that nickname.
Right, right. And
I
then kind of
apologize, y'all.
going
My
up.
connection acting crazy.
Oh no, it's all good, bro. We gonna get it in. And then just kind of going off that, like, what was your amateur career like? You know what I mean? And do you think it prepared you for where you at now?
Um, I say definitely a big part of where I'm at right now is because of my amateur career for sure. But towards the end of my amateur career, like I say, because I turned pro at like 18, nearly 19 years old. So um, my last 2, 3 years of my amateur career, I didn't really fight that much because I didn't really like it. I hated going in there and rushing my punches just so I can get points and try to pull out the win. I'm the type of fighter where I like taking my time, setting up my shots, and the amateurs just wasn't for me no more. I kind of grew out of it.
Right, that makes sense. You know how that game be. You could clearly be the best fighter, but if a motherfucker is a puncher or a rush fighter, you could lose. You know what I mean? Some
Yeah,
bullshit.
yeah, so,
So I definitely understand what you're saying.
yeah, definitely.
Right. I was gonna ask you. I seen that your last fight you weighed in at 151 pounds. I was gonna ask you, is you looking to win a
Yeah,
world title at 147 or 154 pounds? Your first world title.
my first world title, I definitely want to win at 147. I could make the weight easily. Definitely with a good diet, good team behind me for sure. I can make it. I've made it plenty of the times, and I feel like it'd be an easy weight class for me to make. But I'm only 20 years old. My body will change. Within the next 3, 4 years. So definitely gonna try to get a title at 147 and move up to 54 after that.
I say, out of all the guys because I know you got a lot of work with a lot of great guys in the gym.
Yeah,
Out of everybody you've been in the ring, whether it's sparring or in an actual fight, who's the best guy in your opinion? You feel like you've been in the ring with?
man. I've been in the ring with a lot of good fighters, honestly, because I travel. I travel for work. Like I be sparring in Vegas. I be sparring in obviously out here in Michigan, Ohio, uh, really everywhere. So I'll say the best work by far, ever since I started my pro career. I'll say probably in Michigan, Drill Holmes. Drill Holmes is a tough fighter, and the crazy thing is he fights at 155. He's like 6 foot, I believe, like 6'3", 6'4". I don't really know his exact height, but man, he's tough. He's tough to deal with, and I see him being a world champion at 154 real soon.
You know, and just kind of going off that, man. Obviously, you just said you get some of the best work in, you know, at 154 with Andrell Holmes. Is 154? Obviously, you said you want to win your first title at 147, but it's like, who are some of your favorite guys to get some work in, or not to get them work in, but who are some of your favorite guys to watch at your weight class to like study and get some game from?
Shit, my at 147 right now. I don't really learn from him. I just like the way he fights. Um, Definitely Earl Spence for sure. Earl Spence is my favorite fighter at the 147 division. I think he beats everybody at the 147 division. Terrence Crawford and Boots. I feel like he'll beat every one of
That's
those
some good
guys.
fights.
But realistically, I see myself fighting Boots within the next 2 3 years. So
Ooh.
I'm looking forward to that. Yeah,
No, no, yeah,
Right.
definitely. I love to see that.
It's
And the thing,
crazy.
yeah,
crazy
for
part
sure.
I'm about to
is,
say,
I know. I was about to say
no,
the
go
crazy
ahead.
part is like my man's he from Philly, and obviously I'm from Detroit, so it's like you know what I mean. You know, I've got to
Yeah.
rock with my guy. You feel?
Oh yeah, yeah,
And
for
I'm
sure. For sure.
you know, I
I
rock with
No,
you
you
definitely,
know,
all the way.
yeah, I
no, you
definitely
know,
got
it's
a lot of
crazy that
growing
I
to
was
do.
gonna.
So,
No, go ahead. My apologies.
oh yeah, I was just saying, I definitely got a lot of growing to do though in the ring before stepping in the ring with him. I got to gain a lot more experience in the pros and just keep getting my feet wet until we can take a fight like that. But I'm the type of person where if I know I could beat you, like I'm gonna take the fight. Like if I know I could beat you, I'm gonna take the fight and I'm gonna beat you. That's just my mentality since I've been young. So it's really
Right.
whoever and however it happens, shit, I'm going for it.
No, definitely. No, I'm definitely
Cause I was
looking
going.
forward to that one.
Yeah,
Go ahead, bro.
No, cause that's crazy. You mentioned Boost. Cause I was going. One of my questions was I was going to ask you, is there anybody that you see that's fighting in and around your weight class that you look at like I'm probably gonna have to see him when I get to the top, or to get to the top, I probably had to get
yeah. See,
outside of Boost. You know, you mentioned Boost, but
Boots.
is there anybody else? Because you know you had, because since
Yeah,
you had the
for
you
sure,
were
for sure.
147 and 154, like Xander Zayas or Jahad Tucker, guys like that. That
Um,
because you is younger, you might get bigger.
I mean, yeah, Xander Zayas, he's a good fighter. He's at 54 or 47.
54.
54.
What weight classes? He's at 54. Yeah, yeah. I'm not
Yeah.
really gonna
Yeah,
focus about him right now. My main focus is the people at 147 division. If that comes around, it comes around.
Yeah.
But I want Virgil Ortiz too. Like I feel like I want to fight him after 7 8 more fights. Like I would take that fight after 6 7 more fights for sure. I'll take that fight. I feel like I can easily outbox him. Because nobody really brought the best out of me yet. So having a full real training camp and all that, nobody really brought the best out of me. So when that time comes around, I feel like I can easily outbox Virgil Ortiz for sure.
No, hey, that's the shit I like to hear for sure. And then your pop's your trainer, right?
No, my older brother is like my assistant coach, but my uncle is the head coach.
Your uncle, the head coach. Yeah, how's that been? Because you know how it be like, with dads or family members, it could come sometimes, it could be good or bad. Like, how's that journey been with
Yeah,
y'all?
no, it's been great. It's been great. They all accept their role, and part of having a team is having players on that team that play each role. So everybody on our team accepts their role very proudly and openly. So it matters that everybody knows what they got to do to tribute to what they want to get. And it's for sure. We got a great team. We got good defensive coaches. We got a good technique coach, good power coach, good conditioning coach. We got a great team. Nobody really seen anything yet because it's still very early in my career. But in a
Mm-hmm.
few years from now, everybody's gonna see how we get down for.
Hell yeah. And then,
I was
oh
gonna
yeah,
ask
it's on
you,
you, bro.
oh, no,
Oh, go ahead, bro.
no, I was gonna ask you at what age did you feel like boxing is something like you could take care of your family with?
To be honest, bro, I've been saying I'm gonna take care of my family since I was 10 years old. Like I'm the youngest in my family. Like we got a big family
Mm-hmm.
too. Same mom, same dad. It's eight of us in total, including me. So all under one roof. Like growing up, like it was me and the sibling that's right above me. It's my brother,
Mm-hmm.
and I was always like the big brother to him. Like he's older by age, but I'm older. I'm older, and with the muscle and all that. So I always felt like I had to take care of him, and I always had that like my brother's keeper type thing. You know what it is. So
Yeah.
I felt like I always had the need to take care of my brothers and my sisters as I got older and older and older. So since I've been young, I always said when I get older, I'm gonna buy you this car. When I get older, I'm gonna get you this. And same thing with my pops. I'm gonna get you your dream car and all that. So since a youngin, I've been thinking like that, man.
Cool, cool.
Hell yeah. Damn, bro. Like, how did the top rank opportunity come about, bro? Like, do you like what was that like conversation like when you got the call, or did you like get a call from Big Bob, or like what was going on with it? How did that work?
Yeah, I can't really say too much on that right now because um we got some stuff happening behind the scenes right now with Top Rank.
Right, right.
But yeah, we definitely we got we had to do it a little while, and
Shout out to
they've
your
been had an
team
eye
too
out for
for
me.
making that happen.
Yeah, for sure. It was definitely coming from both ways, my team and them, because I've always wanted to sign with Top Rank.
Okay.
So it kind of all came together.
It was like
Basically, they
mutual
just
interest from both sides.
yeah, it was mutual interest, and they knew that we wanted them, and they had an eye out for us because I've been
Mm-hmm.
making a big buzz in my city for the past shit. Every fight I had out here, it's been crazy. Like
Definitely.
definitely a fight that should be
Yeah.
televised for sure. So they started hearing from different world champions like Roy Jones Jr. and shit like Adrian Broner, all these guys. They've been hearing from different resources that that I'm the real deal, and so they've been hearing about me for the past year, and the fact that we had a major connect that hit them and was like, yo, what I'm saying, this kid, y'all got to get him now, and shit. They shot the call, and there's a show in Toledo, which is Michigan's neighbor really. So man, we looking forward to going out there and shit, putting on a big show, man, real big show.
Hell yeah. And I was just telling my man, it's like, I've been to a couple of your fights. I was just telling bro, like you bring the city out, bro. Like you be really
Yeah,
you
no,
got the rappers, you got the
tough.
rappers with you, you got Sada and shit with you got Baby
Yeah,
Money and
yeah,
shit. I was just telling them, yeah.
yeah. No, I bring the whole city out for sure. I definitely like to do that. Just be an entertainer inside and outside the ring for sure.
How would you
Hell
how would you
yeah.
describe your boxing style?
Man, honestly, I consider myself a slick southpaw. Like to be honest with you, I consider myself like real slick, real slippery. Like I'll hit somebody with a shot and they'll be like, "Damn, how the hell did he land that shot from this angle?" Or "How did he get there? How did he set that up?" But the thing is like nobody has really busted me brought the best out of me yet. So the next dude I'm fighting, I can announce it on here. Dude I'm fighting on Top Rank. His name is Rance Ward. He's from I think he's from Texas or Florida. I don't even know. I ain't really worried about him, but he
You know
coming out. He coming out from
the
wherever.
record?
Yeah, yeah. He has 7 wins and 5 losses. So it's gonna be a good little fight. He's never been stopped. I'm looking
Yeah.
forward to stopping him. Um, I definitely
Yeah,
know once I catch him, I'm gonna
I
stop
was
him for
talking to
sure.
my oh my part, yeah. No, I was talking to my coach and I was saying that we were talking about your fight and I was saying that they probably gonna give you a guy who they probably gonna give you a live body and like somebody who's probably gonna be better than what their record
Yeah,
says, like who's gonna fight better than what their record is.
yeah, yeah. That's definitely what they did for sure. I mean, the dude I'm fighting, he's fought a few guys from Top Rank, and basically they tested their fighters with him as well. And when I was watching those fights, I'm like, man, these dudes got nothing on me. They got nothing on me. The world just don't know it yet, but I'm gonna put everybody on notice for real soon. Like July 1st, be prepared to see me everywhere on everybody's social media, and I'm coming.
Yeah, I'm
I'm
betting
coming.
on you.
Just know that.
Hopefully FanDuel will put you on a parlay so I can put you on my parlay
Oh yeah,
on
yeah.
July 1st.
Got to. Got
Because they do the under
bet bet
they
the
don't show
crib.
the
Bet the
undercard
crib.
fights till the day of.
Yeah,
Yeah, they don't show the undercard fights till the day of, but I'm gonna put you on my parlay, man. It's gonna be
let's
Big
do it,
Baby,
man.
Jihad Tucker, you, and I think it's Devontae Benjamin, I think.
Yeah. If you I think a few other fighters fighting on there. They just can't announce it right now. But
Oh, all
they
right,
got a little
yeah, but I'm gonna have
situation
a
going
big
on.
parlay with all the young up and comers on there for sure.
Hell yeah.
So,
Then kind of going off that, bro, have you been preparing differently for this fight? Because obviously it's the opportunity of a lifetime. All up and coming boxers want to fight on Top Rank. You know what I mean? Like, have you been preparing for this a little
Facts.
different?
I mean, we haven't really started camp. I've been staying in shape, but we haven't officially started camp. We actually start camp tomorrow, Monday.
Oh, okay, yeah, yeah.
Saying we preparing. We're gonna train out here for a couple weeks and just get in tip top shape, sparring with whoever. And then we're gonna be heading to Vegas. I'm gonna stay in Vegas for nearly a month. We're gonna get in shape out there, get that top notch sparring with all the top ranked fighters and Mayweather fighters and whoever really anybody that's 147 and
You gonna be going to the top rank
you
gym?
yep the top ranked gym. It's in Vegas.
Nah,
Yeah,
I
so
about to
yeah,
say
we
we
gonna
be
we gonna
chopping it up
definitely
about that gym all the time too.
yeah we definitely gonna go up there and
I was
get the
going
best work possible, man. Whoever it is.
yeah, I was gonna ask you what's some of the best cities that you like? What's in your opinion? What's the best cities to get the best work in? Like your top three cities that you know if I go to this city, like I got to be on my A game
Man,
because
honestly,
I
I
know
like
you
to be
probably
on my
got the
A game
best work from all over the
wherever I
world.
go. Yeah, yeah. I like to be on my A game
Right.
wherever I go for sure. I don't like getting in the ring knowing I'm not in shape or anything because shit, if you're not in shape, there could be a fighter that's way less than you that can get the better of you just because he's in shape and you're not. So I definitely don't put myself in those positions. But uh, I say the best work, I for sure. Philly, they got a lot of good fighters out there in
Yes, sir.
Philly.
Yes, sir. That's
Um,
why I really asked you the question.
yeah, 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 yeah. Philly for sure. Definitely Vegas and one gym, man. It's a war house out there in Cali. Freddie Rose's gym with the Wild Card Boxing Club.
Yeah, the wild card shit.
Oh
Man,
yeah,
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 yeah.
yeah. I heard about
they
that.
got man. You go in there, just be ready to get hit, man. I'm telling you, get hit like you gonna get
No, I
hard.
heard Virgil being
Like
there. I heard like
they got
everybody
Russians
being
in
there,
there. They
man.
got Mexicans. They got the Filipinos, the black fighters. They got everybody, and all of them sharp, and all of them in tip top shape, man. They stay
What
ready.
else? Did you get another one, bro?
No, you go, you good.
Oh yeah, yeah. No, I was gonna say, and then your fight kits, bro. That's what I wanted to ask you. you always come crispy to the fights, man. Either whatever kit you pulling out, it might be a Freddy Krueger motherfucker, the purge bitch. Like where you get them
Yeah,
ideas from? Like where them ideas be coming from?
man. Honestly, that's what separates me from other fighters. Really, is because I got this certain type of creativity and this spark that just it just comes up in my mind really, and I go with it, and I feel like that's what just separates me from all these other fighters. Of how entertaining I like to be and how I like to go out about it.
Hell yeah. And then, you know, going back to that, I guess I guess I kind of already hit on this, but I kind of want to see if you kind of reiterate it now that we kind of talked about it a little bit. Because you know, I've seen you fight a couple of times. And you got a real slick, and you real confident in there. Like, where do you kind of get that from? That slick, confident, just real mentality. You know, that mentality that you know you're not
Man,
about to get hit, or you know you're not he can't touch you. You know what I mean? Shit like that.
yeah, that's just really that's a blessing from God. Like being confident and because you can't really teach all that being confident and man, the way I move, I feel like that's just all like talent right there, really. Because I'm gonna keep it a buck with y'all. Like for all my fights, I had 6 fights right now as a pro. All my 6 fights, I ain't even trained, not even 20% for those fights. Not even 20%. This fight that we have coming up, I'm going all out, bro. Like all out. So y'all definitely gonna see some crazy, crazy stuff for sure. Like I'm gonna be an A class fighter come July 1st. So just to really to answer your question, it's all the natural talent and being confident. Or I feel like that's just a blessing from God. Like I ain't never had no fear in my heart, and if I don't got no fear in my heart, then I'm confident. I'm going all out with it.
Period.
I was gonna ask you, who was your favorite fighter to watch growing up as a kid?
Easy, easy. Floyd Mayweather for sure.
So easy,
But
man. We from
as
Michigan,
a
man.
as a yeah, Floyd for sure. But as a kid, I looked up to what's his name, Prince Nassim, Prince Nassim,
Bro, that's who
Hamid.
you. That's who your style is like
Yeah,
too, kind of in a way. Like you know what I mean. You kind
yeah.
of give off them vibes a
No,
little
I
bit, like
get
the
that a
Prince
lot.
thing.
I've been getting compared to him, man, for a very long time, for a very very long time. I mean, I don't hate it, but I definitely feel like I'm more of a legit fighter than I feel like he did too much dancing and all that. Um, which probably takes away, some of the respect that he deserves as a fighter and how you really remember him. But I feel like I'm more of a better fighter, a better like skilled fighter, and I'm gonna show that real soon, so people don't keep saying that like, oh, you fight like him, or this and that. Like, no, I could really fight. Like, I could really box. I have technique. I have all that.
Yeah. And then I wanted
Yeah,
to ask you about I wanted to ask you about little bro too. Hadid, bro. He obviously he rolling, man. How's it been watching him? You know, helping him grow into a better fighter, and you know what I mean. Obviously, he working out there, 8-time national champ. How's that been?
man. Hadi, that's my little nephew. So that's my older brother, my assistant coach. That's my older
Mhm.
brother's son. That's his oldest son. So man, Hadi's way like he's real talented, real talented,
Man,
and man, like he just gets better and better every day. I
That's
see him
speaking
like
on your
he
little
does the
brother.
stuff I
yeah, his
my nephew.
nephew.
Yup,
Oh,
that's my
nephew.
nephew.
My
Yup.
bad.
And,
Okay.
oh no, you good. So yeah,
No, yeah, I messed that up too. But
Oh no,
bro was
yeah, no,
cold.
no, yeah. I'm gonna tell him though. That's my assistant coach. That's his son. You know what I'm saying? My
Right.
assistant coach.
Okay.
That's my brother's son. Yeah, he just turned 15 May 1st the other day. So um man, no, he's a great kid, man. He's a blessing, honestly. So he just he mimics everything I do. He literally is the blueprint of me. He's gonna be a blueprint of me at a higher division. Like one I see him being a 168, 175 when he's fully done growing. He's only 15. He's growing. He's 15. He's like 5'10", 5'11". I'm 5'11" right now, and I'm 20 years old. So he's gonna continue
Right.
to grow, and he's gonna be a big boy for sure, man. He's a hell of a fighter. Hell
Man,
of a
he's a
fighter.
hell of a fighter, dog.
Very talented for
He's
sure.
man, yeah, definitely let him know. Yeah, let him know. We said something about him, man. We definitely watching him, bro, for sure. So
Yeah,
tell
yeah,
him to keep doing his
sure.
thing,
Definitely,
for
and we
sure.
could definitely get an interview too. We would definitely love an
Yeah,
interview
we
too.
definitely if you want to do an interview, we'll interview him all shit. Yeah, all that shit.
Yeah, I could set that up for y'all for sure.
Hell yeah, let him know we down for sure.
Betty.
I was gonna say, who's the biggest name you ever been in the ring with in terms of popularity
Ah,
and just known, just who,
man, let me
or you
see.
could go top three
There's this
if they all around the same level. You feel like you could go top three.
top three. You said famous though, right?
Yeah, like the
Just
biggest names, the
bigger
most
name.
recognizable
The
boxers
biggest
you've been in the
names
ring with.
as a pro or like all together.
Either way.
Okay. There's this one dude I sparred when I was like 16 years old. I was 130 pounds at the time. I fought at 130
Hmm.
as an amateur. I sparred a dude from Uzbekistan. He has like 2 point some million followers on Instagram. He beat a lot of people, man. He signed with Salida. Man, he's strong as hell. Strong as hell. He's definitely a good fighter. Definitely deserves the hype for sure. But yeah, he's very known. He's very known back home, but I don't really know about the United States if he's very known out here. But he's probably number one that actually matched the hype and all of that. I got in the ring with him. I was like,
Uh,
okay, yeah, he's levels above me for sure. But again, I was only 16 years old, so um, that was that. And man, I sparred a lot of fighters from Floyd's gym. Uh, I sparred someone that's actually I believe he's in the Olympics right now. His name is Terry Roscoe, I believe, something like that. He's in the Olympics right now. Yes, something
what
like
weight
that.
class?
Was that 132?
Um, I believe yeah, it's 130. I sparred him when I was like 17. So yeah,
Uh,
Terry Roscoe, he's in the Olympics right now. He's gonna be a great fighter as well for sure. Um, Probably those two, honestly, because I really work with a lot of good fighters, but they not really very known yet. They will be known in a
mm.
few years or so.
Right. And
Yeah.
since going off bro question, like I know obviously we know we from Michigan. Have you and Tony around the same weight class? You ever got some work in with him?
Nah, man, that's definitely a guy I wish I can get some working with, man. Tony's a hell of a fighter, and I love what he does for Detroit. He's always repping Detroit every fight, and man, he reps it proudly. I love that shit. But no, I never got some working with Tony. Definitely for sure want to, and I would love to work with him. If he ever asked me to work, I'd be glad to work. But he's at a point in his career right now where he's only gonna train if he has a fight. So
Right,
if he's not fighting a southpaw, then I'm for sure not getting no work with him. If he is fighting a southpaw, I'm pretty sure I'll be one of the first people they call. So
right.
yeah, I know a lot of people though that had worked with Tony. I actually it was during it was this is during his last training camp for training for Tim Zoo. They came to our gym. The power had went out in all around different parts of Michigan really.
Yeah,
And yeah, he came to our gym because we had the power on, and they brought over Cordell Booker for me to work with,
yeah,
and Tony was working with dude from Ohio. He's in like the top 10 right now. Charles Conwell. He was
Oh,
working with
yep, yep,
Charles.
yep.
Yeah, he was working with Charles Conwell, and I was working with Cordell Booker. So yeah, they brought up there some good work for me. At first, I thought they were asking me for work because my uncle he called me at like 10 a.m. He's like, "Yo, Tony and them trying to come, get some work." I'm like, "Tony want to work?" I'm like, "All right, bet." Got my bag and everything. Rushed right to the gym. You feel me? I was happy as hell. I thought I was about to work with Tony Harrison. And I go to the gym and they're like, "Nah, he's sparring this dude, but they got you, Cordell Booker. He's a top contender and everything. He actually just won the WBC international belt, so he's a real good fighter too. We got a solid 6 rounds in me and him, and I got to watch Tony spar Charles Conwell, and man, Tony is smart as hell. Real good jab, a lot sharper in person. Like if you to watch him in person than on TV, you see how sharp he is and how smart he is and how he uses his footwork and his length and all these other fighters that he be sparring and fighting.
Hell yeah. No, Tony is a smart motherfucker, man. That's why he stays a top contender. He stays a top 10 fighter at 154. No matter if he take a L or not, he's still considered a top 10 guy because like you said, his IQ is off the chart, and he just
Yeah,
got the boxing ability. He arguably the most skilled guy in the division for real. You know what I mean? So
yeah. If you really think about it, I definitely think he's the most skilled fighter, and I think styles make fights really, and I truly believe in that. So I think if him and Charlo would a rematch today or whenever they rematch, I still think Tony Harrison can beat him as long as he just keeps his composure and stays sharp. Like man, I feel like Tony can beat him for sure, like till this day. And Tim Tszyu was just a tough competitor that kept coming forward and
It
landed
was a
some big
small
shots
ring
early.
too.
Yeah, small ring, all that. You put Tony in a big ring, it's gonna be hard to catch that motherfucker, man, for sure. I seen the way he moves, so yeah, much respect to Tony though, man. He deserves a lot more credit than he gets.
At what age? At what age do you wanna? Do you feel like you're gonna be ready to be at that like world championship level?
I think 23, 23, 24 years old, 23,
Okay.
24, because I'm still a student of the game, and I didn't get under those big lights yet, so it's gonna take a few fights to get my feet a little wet and put me high up in the rankings. And this next fight I'm taking, it should put me in the top 40. So I'm looking forward to that. And yeah, man, little by little, I'm just taking my time. I'm still young. I don't gotta compare my career to nobody else's career. I just gotta be the best version of myself, and that's what
Mm-hmm.
I try to do every day.
right.
So you got any
You got
more
another one, bro?
questions?
Yeah, bro. Honestly, just to kind of end it off, bro. Like, kind of, what you like to do outside of boxing? I know we kind of talked about this. You know what I mean? We're gonna talk about anything else, but yeah, just like tell us a little bit about more personally about you, like what you like to do outside of boxing.
Man, honestly, man, like growing up, I love basketball. Like to this day, I watch basketball and I play it. Pick up here and there. Not as rough as I used to do it, but I feel like I definitely could have did something with basketball for sure. I'm pretty good with basketball. Um, I could have did something only if I was taller. Like if I was like 6'3", 6'3", I'd go somewhere with it. But being 5'11", hell no, for sure. Probably like D2, D3 the most, being 5'11". But
Man,
basketball, I love basketball growing up. But other than that, shit, um, probably just being from where I'm from, like the community I'm from. All the young guys are known for owning businesses at a young age and doing big things at a young age. So I definitely see myself being a businessman, owning probably a restaurant, pharmacy, or something like just owning multiple things. That's what like coming from my community. You'll meet a lot of young guys, 20, 21, 22, 23, owning things that you couldn't even imagine. You feel me? So a lot of
No, yeah,
connections,
for real.
a lot of connections and whatnot. So yeah, definitely those things. I do got one more thing, but I don't really want to speak about it too much because y'all probably gonna laugh.
No, well, you gotta say it now, bro. You done brought it up.
Yeah, shit, probably rapping, bro. I could rap.
Oh, you what
Yeah,
you about to drop something?
nah, we ain't
You
dropping
ain't
nothing.
gonna drop.
Nah, we ain't dropping nothing. I don't want to be labeled as nothing other than a fighter as of right now.
No, I feel it. I feel it.
But I am actually working like on my acting. You know, I'm going to acting school and stuff like that. Something just to fall back on. You
Right.
know, yeah. So that's really it. Other than those three.
I was about to say, obviously in Detroit and shit, we got a lot of shit that's going on like, Tubi or something. You ever wanted to start off on one of them, you hit one of them boys up. You got a lot of connections in the city. I'm sure
Yeah,
you can get on one of them Tubi shows or something, man.
yeah, no, for sure. But as of right now, like I said, we just focused on
Just
my boxing
focusing, I
career.
feel it.
Yeah, we're gonna see what comes later, man. I'm still young, so
Right.
you know.
I was
And
gonna
then last, oh, go ahead, brother.
oh no, I was gonna get ask some fight predictions from like three fights and see how
Okay.
which way you see it going.
Yeah.
So we're gonna go from NUA to the Philly fighter Stephen Fuller. Y'all know I'm going Stephen Fuller all the way.
That's a tough one, man. That's a tough one. All I gotta say is he better come in shape. That's it. If he can come in shape and stay away from that motherfucker, man, he could win. But don't let that motherfucker in, man. As soon as he catches you, he's not gonna stop throwing punches, bro. And I don't really know how he could fight moving up a weight class like that.
Yeah,
Boy, that's a bad motherfucker. So is Fulton. He a good fighter too. He just got to come in shape. It's not impossible for him to win that fight. He definitely can win it. He just got to come in tip top shape and be ready to move his ass off and box that whole fight. Don't brawl with that dude. That's for sure.
fact.
No, I feel
Yeah.
that.
And I'm gonna go Devin Haney versus Lomachenko.
Devin Haney all the way. That's my guy.
You think it's gonna
Devin.
be a close fight or Loma gonna get washed?
Nah, he's watched for sure. If you would have told me like 2 3 years ago, I'd have been like, it's gonna be a close fight. But overall, Devin Haney's just a much better fighter, and I feel like he's a much more pro experienced fighter than Loma. So I say Devin for sure, easy by unanimous.
Ooh,
Uh,
unanimous too.
Yeah,
you got any more fights or any more questions?
Yeah, I do. I always love asking the Bud Spence one, but you already told us you picking Arrow every
Spence,
time.
man. Man, the
Right.
thing is that people don't realize is every time Spence fights somebody, he makes them change their whole game plan up because what people don't realize is he's really good defensively. Like his defense is so underrated. Very very underrated. I think he got great defense. I think he's strong. He comes in tip top shape. Um, throws a lot of punches, and he just breaks down fighters. He's kind of like a all in one package if you think about it, and you really watch him and study him. He's an all in one fighter. I think he's a perfect fighter. You know, out of all the fighters today, I feel like he's the most perfect fighter. It's not really recognizable because like you got all these other great fighters around him that are better in certain things. So you're gonna take them away from him because he's not as good as a defensive fighter than let's say Devin Haney or Shakur. He's not a better defensive fighter, but his defense is still good. He's not a bigger power puncher than Tank because Tank is better than him in that aspect, the countering and all that, which makes it look like Tank is better, but he's still a big puncher. Body punching, definitely he's number one with that. Everybody knows he's the best body puncher. Um, Coming in shape, he comes in tip top shape, and that's the biggest part of the game, really. If you can come in shape, I feel like you have a chance against anybody, depending on what you know already. But man, I say Earl gonna take that fight if they do make it happen.
No, I feel you on that.
I'm 50-50 with it. That's a hard one for me. I can't. I don't know.
It's
Yeah,
definitely a hard one.
I
It's
don't
definitely
know.
a hard
Yeah,
one.
me
I
neither.
agree.
I really don't know who's gonna win that run. You got it depend on what day you ask me.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, it's definitely gonna be a good fight. It's gonna be one of the big ones for sure. But I'm rocking with my guy Earl for sure.
And then I just had two more for you, dog. So I got your core tank. I love asking this one too.
That's gonna be a southpaw battle. I'll tell you what. I want to see Shakur fight Frank Martin or Devin Haney before he fight Tank, because Tank already went through one of the big names. You feel me? He already went through one of the big names in that division, which is Ryan Garcia. He has a bigger name than Shakur and Devin. I gotta see Devin and Shakur fight each other before one of them get in the ring with Tank. But like I said, man, that's probably a 50-50 fight in my eye, because Tank is becoming so much better defensively. And if I don't know if y'all realize this, but every time Tank fight a better fighter, it just keep bringing the best out of him. You feel me?
Yeah.
So he becomes more capable of stuff against a better fighter than with the
No,
you know
definitely Tank
with
definitely
the with the
be
with
that
the
keeper.
shitty fighter. But if you ask me who I like more, definitely Tank. But
Nah,
I'm also a very honest person, so that's a very close fight that can go both ways. And Shakur is a very hell of he's a hell of a fighter, but we haven't seen him get tested yet, especially with a big puncher that's quick and explosive like Tank is.
Yeah, no, I feel you on that. That's really the big argument with Shakur. We just need to see him tested, with a hard shot or with somebody.
I want to see him fight Pitbull right now. His next fight should be Pitbull.
yeah,
Man,
Pitbull ducked him though. He tried,
I mean, shit.
tried.
That
He
fight,
ducked
I
Ryan
gotta
too.
see
He
him.
got offered the most money he ever got in the Ryan Garcia fight, and he ain't take that fight neither.
That's crazy shit. If I was him, I would have took those. You
Because you be
know,
either one of them, your stock rise. You know what I mean?
yeah, for sure. And I really feel like he could have beat Ryan. I don't
I
know
know
about
he could beat
Shakur.
Ryan. If he would have touched Ryan with something, he fucking
No,
Ryan could
yeah,
have beat
that's way more winnable than the Shakur fight for sure.
Yeah,
Ryan.
But you probably don't want to take a loss because you take a loss, your paycheck cut in half. So he trying to, his stock then risen since the Tank fight. He not trying to let it go down.
yeah, no, that's facts for sure.
And then I got one more for you, Brody. Obviously, we know we just had Canelo fight last night. A lot of people saying he ain't the same man. Who you got with him and Benavidez if that was to happen?
I gotta be honest, bro. Benavidez.
Yeah, David.
If you say 3 4 years ago, Canelo all the way, but he is slowing down. I'm definitely seeing that for sure. So yeah, I'm rocking with Benavidez on that one. That dude is different. He is different. I don't like him as a person, but man, you got to give credit when credit is due. He's a bad motherfucker for sure.
Man, he a dog for sure in the ring. No, I
Yeah, I
Yeah,
feel
was,
you.
I was mad when he beat my man Caleb, man.
yeah, I was sick. I love Caleb, man. That's one of my
Yeah,
favorite fighters too.
yeah, me.
I like Caleb.
And then yeah, oh honorable mention Canelo Bivol too. Who you got in a rematch?
I think Canelo can win that fight if he boxes, because Bivol ain't really so special. He just throws a lot of punches, and he could take a punch. So I feel like if Canelo goes in and tries to box him instead of knock his head off, he could win that fight.
No, I feel you on that.
Yeah,
I like to see the rematch. I don't know what weight I like to see it at.
Yeah,
Canelo won
Canelo.
at 170.
Canelo just gotta use all his two bag because he just be putting his high guard up and just walking people down. That's not gonna get it done
yeah.
against the ball.
When he realized that Bivol wasn't gonna go away, he didn't know what to do. So
Yeah.
yeah, he wasn't ready for that. Definitely not ready for that shit. Bivol. I was surprised. I was watching that fight like, what the fuck is
Yeah,
going on right now?
definitely.
Man, that shit surprised everybody
We
because people.
all was, man.
My
Everybody was watching that joke.
shit.
Even if
My
if you was watching the fight, remember the crowd got real silent like around 9, 10 when they realized like he really about to lose. That joke got real silent.
Yeah, and I was watching like, who the fuck is Bivol? Like, why the fuck? How the fuck he come in here and do all this with Canelo? So shit. My shit. When I realized like, damn, he's really beating him and nobody knows who the fuck he is. Like that shit's kind of embarrassing. I'd be sick as fuck if I was Canelo in that scenario. But if I was Canelo, I'd definitely get that rematch and try to beat him because as a fighter, I know he can't live with that. Can't
No,
live with.
that's why you want that rematch.
Yeah, he got
Yeah,
to get it now because he is he
definitely.
is he is decreasing, man. So he
Yeah,
definitely gonna get that.
Yeah,
we
because
was
it's the
kind of
punishment.
talking about
Got
this too.
60 fights.
Yeah, we were saying like, man, you 32 years old, you got damn near almost 60 fights, man. You got at some point, it's gonna be a time where you just not gonna be able to keep up as much. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think he should fight Bivol and then get a few more fights. But I definitely think he should stay away from Benavidez, man. He's too young and hungry, and honestly, I wouldn't even be mad at Canelo if he didn't take that fight. Honestly, because shit, there's a time for everything, and Canelo's time is already past. You know, the new face of boxing is Tank, so it ain't Canelo no more. He had his little good 7, 6 years, you know, but it's definitely in Tank's favor now.
Definitely.
No, I hear you 100%. That's real
Yeah,
shit.
yeah.
Right.
But no, bro, that's it for the interview. That's really all we had, bro. But we
I was
appreciate you
gonna say,
coming here, bro.
give out your
But
social media real quick before you go.
oh yeah, yeah. Follow me on Instagram, y'all. Lionheart underscore is me for sure. Follow me on there. And that's all we got for now. But you know, the Twitter and all that stuff coming out real soon, so I can start calling out these names in my division. You feel me? But yeah,
Yeah.
no. Follow me on Instagram, Lionheart underscore is me. I appreciate y'all for having me, man. Thank you.
I appreciate
Yeah,
it
you
too.
already know it. You already know it. And then yeah, make sure y'all follow us too. You can follow me at the Boxing Syndicate on Instagram. Then I got
Yeah,
my
yeah.
homie from Philly right here. Where they can find you at, bro?
You can follow me at Day No Boxing. You already know.
Let's
Yeah,
do it. Let's do it. Shout
man.
out to
Make
my
sure
guy.
y'all subscribe too, man.
I'm about to say,
Always.
looking forward to July 1st.
For sure. Y'all better be there though. Y'all gotta fly out. If you
Hey,
from
bro.
Philly,
Where
fly
I
out.
was.
You ain't gonna wanna
I
miss it.
just said that.
he actually close. He actually close to you.
Yeah.
I mean, not to you. Y'all both from Detroit. I'm tripping, but he actually close to Cleveland, Ohio.
Okay, okay. Yeah, yeah, for
That's what
sure.
I said. I'm like, it's in Toledo. We can just drive to that motherfucker. We pulling up,
I'm
Yeah.
like a day drive. I'm like a 24-hour drive. He probably got
bro.
like what you got like a
You
little
just gotta fly. You
7, 8.
gotta fly to Detroit, bro, and then we can just drive to that.
Yeah. Ain't even gonna lie to y'all though. My phone about to die. It's on one, so I ain't gonna